A lot of people are starting to think that Boosie is bad luck after everything that happened at his concert and car show, and all of the stuff that happened with Duke the Jeweler and every little thing that Boosie's been involved in, even the stuff that happened with Yella Beezy in Dallas and so on and so forth. So everybody's saying that everywhere Boosie goes, there's always something bound to happen to go down with people, especially a lot of times people will come up to the rap shows. They're trying to take jewelry, they're trying to take the chains and everything like that. And a lot of people, they're lit, they're hyped up, they with their friends, they out on the night, is people around, they getting the attention. So a lot of people, they start acting out and trying to show out more than what they really are in real life. And so a lot of these people, man, they spaz out and crash out and ready to end it all just because they're at a rap concert or a hip hop show and they're trying to prove a point that they're the toughest person there and everything like that. And a group of people could get into a little argument, a little situation. Maybe somebody steps on someone's Air Force Ones. And next thing you know, it's lights out. It's all shots fired, ringing out and everything like that. So people have to be careful and basically know what they're getting themselves into when they go into a Boosie show or anybody's show, really, because this happened to Finesse 2 times. This happened at Yo Gotti shows. This happened to a lot of different rappers. And these rappers is always... It's always basically bad luck and like something, you know, the energy around that's following them. It ain't what you want to be around, really, when you really think about it. That's why everything happens to a lot of these people and everything. So this is why Boosie at his show and everything, when if everything popped off, this is like the 10th time Boosie has seen something pop off at his show. And at this moment, they all know how to maneuver. Like, and when something pops off at a show, usually the security comes and grabs him. They immediately take him backstage. They get in the black trucks, the luxury trucks, and they go to the next location. And basically, Boosie manager got on the phone with another promoter trying to book him at the other lounge and everything. That's why when they left the concert and the car show, they went to Crush Lounge, because that's the way that they work. His Boosie manager, he quickly found another way for him to get booked that night, because they're not going to be able to get the back end until they figure everything else out. And so at the end of the day, when you go back and look at everything that happened, man, it's the people in the crowd that had the problem. Boosie was just trying to go up there, do his thing, get his money, and get out and leave. Boosie wasn't trying to start nothing, but it's like this bad luck keeps on following him and everything. And a lot of the people are saying, like, if there is a connection related between Boosie and the people that this happened to and the people that was the aggressors, then basically if there's a connection being made, then that's going to look bad on Boosie. And Boosie just got out of a 5-year Fed time, man. And so this is another thing. Boosie has so much going around him going on that he didn't need something like this to happen. And he's lucky it happened after he got out of that 5-year Fed bid, because if it happened during, then they would have thought he was a part of it and he's not supposed to be around people like that and all this kind of stuff, right? That's really what got him in trouble the first place, was that he was hanging around the wrong crowd. You got to watch who you hanging out with and everything like that, because a lot of times Boosie thought he was cool hanging around in the streets and popping up to people's hoods and this and that, right? Until he got caught on the Instagram live next to a person with the blicky and everything, and it felt like it was a whole setup. Like, why did the dude even record Boosie when he knows he's not supposed to be around anybody like that and have it out in frame and catch Boosie with the blicky and everything? That's how he pretty much almost got that 5-year bid. He's lucky they dropped the case on him. But if that concert and this whole thing would have happened any earlier, Boosie would have had a hard time like getting out of that situation. And now it brings up a whole nother investigation. They got to look into it more, and his name is tied to it. And he's basically, Boosie's name keeps showing up in all these incidents and all these events across the country, and his name is on the bulletin board. They're trying to connect to see if he got any ties to the people in the streets that made things pop off at the concerts, shows, and all that stuff. They're trying to get down to the bottom of this, because a lot of people are saying Boosie shows are dangerous. People aren't gonna want to book Boosie no more, and we really seeing it happen because now it's like just when you thought Boosie got out of one thing, a whole nother thing popped up, and that goes back to that saying: if it ain't one thing, it's another. And at the end of the day, people got to start realizing like that these rappers got dangerous jobs, and when they go out to do these concerts and these shows, it's like these tickets aren't that much. They not as high price tickets as a Beyonce show or anything like that. So what's going on is that basically the tickets is cheap and anybody could get a hold of the ticket and buy a ticket to get into the Boosie show. So what's going on is that people like straight from the gutter are basically getting the tickets and knowing that their ops are going to this show. They know that people they don't like are going to the show. Somebody that talk trash about them, someone they got into an argument with, something petty, maybe the person is smashing their baby mama, or there's jealousy, envy, and all of that is added in together, man, because a lot of people are hating on each other. So when they say, oh, so-and-so is going to the Boosie concert, they're gonna go there and try to shut it down or ruin everybody's chance of having fun and everything. This is why we can't have nothing right now. Nobody can have nothing because there's always people who's going to try to ruin it over the pettiest little thing. And that's what brings down the whole community. Like when you really go back and look at it, people got to at least come together and enjoy the time for the concert, put their differences aside for a little bit and try to at least enjoy the show for a couple of hours. And then, you know what, they could go back to talking smack to each other if on Facebook. They could go back to talking smack to each other in their hoods or wherever like that. So what people got to understand is that you gotta think smarter like that. For them crashing out at the Boosie show, and it's all caught on footage, man. They're gonna investigate this, and they're gonna catch the people who who ran off because they got their plates, they got everything on footage, and basically there's a bunch of witnesses around and everything. And like the guys they're already on papers, they already got a track record, so they already know who they are, who their names is, and everything. The people seen them at the car show, they already know what the car looked like. So at the end of the day, the dudes are pretty much gonna end up getting caught, and the karma is gonna come around them because RIP to the two people who got hit up at the show, man. Condolences to the family. The family's trying to get justice, and these dudes are trying to be on the run, and Boosie's deflecting and everything. Boosie should meet with the family and at least try to smoothen things out and be there to help the family and everything because they just lost loved ones and all that. And so everybody knows that's something that's tough to deal with. And so Boosie, the least he could do is at least try to go and console with them and try to make them feel comfortable in this time and say, look, I'm sorry that it happened like that, but Boosie didn't have nothing to do with it, da-da-da-da. And his people should talk to them and say, Boosie ain't had nothing to do with it, but it's a sad situation, and they're going to send their apologies, and Boosie go there and at least try to help them out for the time being and everything. And this is a lot of the stuff that happened. Now they got to deal with the cost of everything, trying to clean this mess up, trying to do the celebration of the life and all that type of stuff. So we're going to hear from what happens with the investigation. The mayor of the town, they're going to come out and speak. They're going to do a press conference, and they have updates and leads on the suspects that got away. And so they're about to take them down, and we're about to see everything that happened.